Dear Mr. Chairman, distinguished members of the jury, members of the opposition, members of the proposition, ladies and gentlemen, McDonald's, George Clooney, the iPad. These are the cool things that come to your mind when thinking about what America brings us. And when you try to find a European equivalent, Quick, Gérard Jugnot, Le Minitel, not so cool. Not cool at all. So you start to freak out. My colleagues Jules and Joanna told you that for his sake and for the sake of America, Obama should not care about Europe, but what about us? Are we going to lose Scarlett Johansson and find ourselves with Josiane Balasco? Ladies and gentlemen, calm down. I am here to reassure you. Europe does not need Obama. All these cool things do not rely on Obama's caring. Because Europe has strong economic bonds with the United States. We have lots of trade with them. This is now well established and do not require care from the president, Mr. Tovala. If Obama was to stop caring about Europe at all, maybe these trades would decrease, but Europe wouldn't die from this. Europe wouldn't die from this because it is the first economic power in the world, with more than a fourth of the world's GDP. It wouldn't die from this because 2/3 of its exchanges are internal exchanges. Yeah. And as for the external trade-off, the United States are not even our first partner. It is China. Yeah. So, thank you for your help, Mr. Obama, but we're doing fine. Actually, we're not. But that doesn't concern him. The troubles Europe is currently facing are curiously concentrated in Europe. Indeed, we have been talking this evening about Europe like it's one strong, coherent, solid thing. But it's not. We haven't finished building Europe at all. Recent surveys were made in France, Germany, and Estonia. And in France, Germany, and Estonia, people were asked if they were in favor of a strong Europe. And the answer was respectively no, nein, and nachimachishu, which is no in Estonian, which is Estonian for no. Beautiful language. What I mean to show you is that Europe should make the most of this time of crisis to reinvent itself, to build a solid structure for the world to come. And we do not need Obama meddling in these reflections, like he did recently, trying to convince Sarkozy to accept Turkey into Europe. We already have frogs and roast beef. Where would we put the turkey? Europe does not need Obama caring, but more than that, his caring is actually harmful to Europe. Wonderful as he is not good for us. Because he's precisely too wonderful. Every one of our leaders try to be like him. In Estonia, again, a candidate actually borrowed Obama's famous slogan, "Yes, we can." Of course, in Estonian it was "Nachni machani penyanwa." Much longer, but it worked. Better than his opponents who borrowed another Obama slogan, "Keeping America safe." Didn't make much sense in Estonia.
About why maybe Estonia shouldn't care about the United States. Will you please explain to me, the topic of this debate, why Obama shouldn't care about Europe?
Yeah. So, my colleague Jules showed you that it's not in his interest to care about Europe. Joanna showed you that it's not in the Americans' interest. I'm showing you that it's not even in the Europeans' interest, because he's so cool, people imitate him, and I can understand this appeal. He is so classy, handsome, intelligent. But the reason why I say this is harmful is that showing up superb as he is, he makes us realize how lousy our leaders are. And really, it is just like Yale is doing tonight. I was okay with my average English accent, my average eloquence, and my average speech. But then they came, speaking like gods. Speaking like gods, looking perfect, being brilliant. I didn't mind my crumpled shirt before Mr. Tovala showed up with his perfect suit and his stupid, beautiful tie. So, thanks a lot, Yale. We really needed that. Seriously, look at their classy and beautiful Prime Minister. Look at our Prime Minister. He looks just like Corky, the trisomic child from Life Goes On. I'm sorry, Remy, but it's true. So please, Yale or Obama, stay out of Europe. Ms. Breeb said that Obama should care about Europe for the sake of the United States because it guides us, Europe guides them morally. Okay, so we're considering the US as a moral entity now, no problem. But in that case, shouldn't Obama rather care about Africa, a continent he says he cherishes and where the number of underfed persons has increased by 10 million last year? Shouldn't he care about the Middle East, the world's first exporter of depressing news stories? Saying Obama should care about Europe instead of these regions is like watching your house on fire and saying, honey, we need to change the curtains. Whether it's on a moral ground, on an economic ground, or on a political ground, Obama should not care about Europe. Thank you. Yeah.